So guys, welcome to my second trailer breakdown for the Flash movie. As we know, during the Super Bowl, they've released two trailers. One is the big 3-minute trailer filled with a bunch of hype and completely new footage. And then the second one they've released is a short 1-minute long TV spot. But what's so interesting about this TV spot is that there's a lot of shots in this TV spot that are completely new and that we didn't see in the official full 3-minute trailer. So in this video, we'll be breaking this TV spot down. I'll be going over all of the Easter eggs, timeline changes, and various other things like that. So the first shot is of this shot of Barry's, goggles like going in, and he's getting prepared to run. Now, obviously, this is Barry in his new suit, and as we can see, there are a couple of new changes like in his suit, like he can put on some goggles, which is pretty interesting. I'm sure it's just something they just wanted to add. It doesn't really have anything too fancy or anything like that, but it will be interesting to see what other things we'll be able to see with this suit. Now obviously this shot is a shot we have seen months ago, but it's cool to see it once again in the trailer. Now, in terms of the Flash suit, obviously this is a completely new suit that he will be wearing in the movie. This is a completely different suit, and it is very, very different to the one the Flash had prior to this movie. Now, in the extended trailer, we did have shots of our Barry once again with the blue lightning. And then once again, I have mentioned this in the trailer breakdown, but I'm going to mention it again. But in this trailer, obviously, we do see that when the Flash is wearing his suit, his lightning color is completely different. It is obviously orange, which is what you would expect the Flash to have. Anyways, now, why could this be? Why is this lightning color different? Now, in my opinion, I think this suit is some sort of like Speed Force enhancing suit or something along those lines. I don't think it's a retcon or anything like that. I think this suit is what helps Barry further tap into the Speed Force, allowing him to, just be more connected to it, and also allows him to be faster. Maybe this is a suit that Ben Affleck's Batman builds to not only help Barry tap into the Speed Force better, but also it's the suit that helps him probably survive this time travel mission, if you will. They could add some sort of spin like that as well. And the idea behind it, as I said, the lightning color changes because Barry in the new suit is running way faster than he's ever been before. So that is my theory in regards to the new suit. Now, obviously, we do see a couple of shots. Once again, this is reused footage from the extended trailer, but we do have shots of Barry running as the Flash in his new suit with the orange lightning. He's running across the bridge, and we do have this zoomed in shot of the Flash suit, and it's zooming into his emblem. Now this is the shot once again we've seen during the DC Fandom trailer, and this is the shot of obviously Barry when he is in the Batcave. It's the completely CGI shot that we got. Now, there are a lot of callbacks to Man of Steel, as you guys would have noticed from the first trailer with General Zod. So it will be interesting to see what happens over here. It does seem like the same events from Man of Steel will be taking place once again. However, this is a world where obviously Superman is absent and obviously Supergirl is captured until the Flash and Batman obviously save her. So in terms of General Zod's involvement, I think he has the same motivation and same plans he did in Man of Steel, and there's to pretty much just get rid of this Earth and just rebuild Krypton. That is what I think is happening in terms of Zod, and obviously the idea behind it is that this big Krypton war is to pretty much be a nod to the Atlanteans versus Amazonians war in the Flashpoint comics. That's what I think is happening, because this is also a big war on its own, but instead obviously it's Kryptonian versus Kryptonian. That's the idea that they're trying to pull over here in terms of the inspiration. But obviously General Zod versus Supergirl, this is something I'm very, very excited to see, and yeah, it will just be really, really cool. Now, in this trailer, we do have Sasha, Calle, Supergirl obviously yelling, "What did you do?" So it does seem like General Zod does do something pretty big that, just shocks the heroes, I guess. In terms of what he does, obviously we don't know. It is very, very hard to tell. It could either be just that he explains the plan to Kara, and obviously Kara's not on board with it, and then that's when they start, fighting each other. it could also be a twist where in this universe, because we know it doesn't just break an Earth's timeline, this Flashpoint movie just completely breaks the entire multiverse. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is when General Zod reveals something, that maybe he was responsible for Kara's parents' murder or something like that, if they are going to go down that route, or if they're going to go down the route where, Krypton's just getting destroyed and Kara witnesses all of it. But I think they're going to, go along the lines of General Zod in this timeline murdered Kara's family, and that's why she gets so angry about it. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that, because from what we're seeing in this trailer, there are lots of nods to Man of Steel in terms of soldiers, Kryptonians, and obviously General Zod's big plans. So there are lots of similarities with Man of Steel, so it seems like they're recreating it. But, obviously there are some differences since this is Flashpoint. And I just find it really cool how they are pretty much ending the DCEU with the concept, if you will, that started it all. And that is obviously General Zod's big plan. Now, we do have this shot of Barry pretty much entering Flashtime in a way. He's freezing time. He's his lightning's going all around. And, he does look shocked, like he's looking up and looking at something. I don't know what this could be about. He could be looking at the Dark Flash. He could even be seeing Supergirl, General Zod, or something along those lines. Obviously, it is very, very hard to tell, but clearly from the look on his face, you can tell something very, very shocking has happened. Now, I don't really know how to, feel about this suit, because there's a lot I like about it, but the cowl, it just looks weird, and just certain shots like this, it doesn't really, help. In some CGI shots, you could let it slide, when you see the Flash running and stuff, it does look pretty cool, but in just solo shots like this, the suit isn't really looking the best. That would only be my main criticism. But this shot over here could be linked to this one over here with Barry obviously running up a collapsing building or a collapsing bridge in Flashtime as well. I think it is the same shot, just judging from all the crackles happening. So maybe Barry notices that the building's falling and then he starts, running, trying to save people. I could see something like that happening. But yeah, I am really, really looking forward to see the Flash's involvement in this film. In the extended trailer, we did see some really, really cool power traits with Barry, and I know for a fact it is not going to disappoint in this film. There are a couple of shots of the two Batmans. Obviously, we do have this shot of Ben Affleck's Batman prior to Flashpoint taking place, as he's probably chasing a criminal in daylight. But then also we do have this shot of him pretty much exiting the Batwing or something like that. And he's going out in the motorcycle. And this is obviously when he first begins his chase sequence. And then next, in terms of the other Batman, we do have some pretty interesting shots of Michael Keaton's Batman as well. Now, obviously, we do have this shot over here with someone in the Wayne Manor opening up the Batcave, and this old person has long hair and stuff like that. Obviously, we know that this is Bruce Wayne, but the long hair concept is really interesting. It will be interesting to see what that's all about. Is this a Bruce Wayne that's really broken, just really lost and just, I guess, not looking after himself as well? Maybe, as his years as Batman just went by, his, experience just became more tragic or something like that. I could see something like that happening, because I don't really see another explanation for the long hair. It seems like a Bruce Wayne that's not really looking after himself in a way. Or maybe it could just be a personal preference choice. Obviously, we could go for that as well. But as the Batcave opens, obviously, we do see Batman with a bunch of his different suits. There are a variety of different suits over here, and the idea behind it obviously is that we know young Barry, or multiverse Barry, is going to be using one of these suits, cutting them up and just making it look like a Flash costume. Something like that is going to happen with one of these suits. But it is really cool that we get to see a display of all of the Batman suits as well. Once again, in terms of Batman, we do have Michael Keaton's Batman arriving in the Batcave once again saying, "I am Batman," and we have the two Barry Allens freaking out. Now, in the next shot, we do have some reused footage once again from the extended trailer, and it is of, Barry, lightning transferring, younger Barry in a way. Now, as you guys know, I did have this theory saying that younger Barry in this timeline hasn't become the Flash yet, and this scene is pretty much Barry power transferring or just recreating the accident that gave him powers, so that his multiversal younger self has the ability to become the Flash as well. And this is not only to help fight against this war with, General Zod's invasion, Dark Flash, and many more, but also maybe our Barry Allen over here, he loses his powers just like in the Flashpoint comics, and he's looking for someone to help. So maybe he tries looking for the Justice League. However, in this timeline, the Justice League don't exist. There are no metahumans in this earth yet. So he goes to a past version of himself to ask for help, only to find out that he is not the Flash, or hasn't even become the Flash yet. So they try recreating the accident that gave him powers, and then that's how young Flash becomes young Flash, or well, young Barry becomes young Flash. I could see something like that happening. For example, we do have this shot in the trailer where our Barry is pretty much burning in lightning. So this could be when they first try to give our Barry his powers back, but it doesn't work, just like the Flashpoint comics. And this is when in the extended trailer we have Supergirl flying Barry up into the sky so that he gets struck by lightning, and that is how I think he will be able to get his powers back. But lastly, we do just have this shot of a spaceship getting destroyed, and it's in the middle of all of this battle, and obviously we have the Flash witnessing it. I'm assuming this is near the final act of the film or something along those lines at least. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think about all of this. I'm interested to see all of your thoughts towards all of this as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.